Hello and welcome to What the F*** Just Happened Today, your essential guide to the daily shock and awe in national politics. I'm Joe Amditis. Let's get to it. It's Thursday, September 21st, 2023. Welcome to day 975. Kevin McCarthy canceled votes in the House and sent members of Congress home for the weekend, despite having only 9 days to avoid a government shutdown and no plan to fund the government. For the second time in 3 days, 5 conservative Republicans tanked a procedural vote to start debate on a military funding bill. McCarthy had planned to pass the defense bill, one of the 12 fiscal year 2024 appropriations bills that both the House and the Senate need to pass in order to fund the government, and he planned to start working on a short-term funding bill to keep the entire government open beyond September 30th. The House Freedom Caucus, however, continued to demand even lower spending levels and no additional aid to Ukraine, 2 proposals that would be dead on arrival in the Democratic-controlled Senate. McCarthy said this is a whole new concept of individuals that just want to burn the whole place down. It doesn't work. Trump, meanwhile, called on Republicans to defund all aspects of the weaponized Biden administration, claiming it's the last chance to stop his political prosecutions. In the Senate, lawmakers voted to confirm 3 key military promotions despite a months-long blockade by Senator Tommy Tuberville, who is protesting the Pentagon's policy of reimbursing troops who must go across state lines to seek an abortion. To get past Tuberville's hold on the nominees, Chuck Schumer forced a full Senate vote to confirm the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the Marine Corps Commandant, and the Army Chief of Staff. Schumer said Tuberville was forcing us to face his obstruction head-on. I want to make clear to my Republican colleagues this cannot continue. More than 300 additional military promotions, however, remain in limbo. Moving on, the Biden administration will offer temporary legal status to around 472,000 Venezuelan migrants who arrived at the U.S. before July 31st. The move will protect Venezuelans already in the United States from deportation and allow them to live and work legally in the country for 18 months. Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas granted the expansion due to Venezuela's increased instability and lack of safety due to the enduring humanitarian, security, political, and environmental conditions. Temporary protected status is not a pathway, however, to permanent residency. Moving on, Trump instructed a former assistant to tell federal investigators that she didn't know anything about the boxes containing classified documents at Mar-a-Lago. Molly Michael said that after Trump heard the FBI wanted to interview her last year, Trump allegedly told her, "You don't know anything about the boxes." Michael also told investigators that Trump would write to-do lists for her using documents that were marked classified. And finally, a former White House aide accused Rudy Giuliani of groping her on the day of the January 6th Capitol riot. Cassidy Hutchinson described a meeting with Giuliani backstage at Trump's speech before his supporters marched on Congress in an attempt to overturn the election, where Giuliani put his hands under my blazer, then my skirt. Last year, Hutchinson testified that Trump knew that some of his supporters were armed when he directed them to march on the Capitol on January 6th, and that both Trump and Mark Meadows ignored warnings about potential violence. That's all for now. You can find the links and sources for all of these stories on the main website. And as always, visit whatthefjusthappenedtoday.com for the latest news and headlines. Until next time, I'm Joe Amditis.